Hi everyone and welcome back to LL Sports TV and another version of the show Keep It in the Family. I'm your host Laurie and I'm joined today by the ever popular First Lady of AFTV, Kenya, is in the building yet again. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Not too bad at all. Lots to talk about, so let's get straight into it. But let's start with the England Lionesses coming from behind to beat world champion Spain in Switzerland last night and going on to back-to-back Euro champions, a phenomenal achievement. Now, Kenya, I know you know your women's football. You watch it every week. You're not one of these Johnny-come-latelys like me. I know you watch women's football on a regular basis. Tell us your thoughts on it.
I think I'm so happy for the team. I'm so proud of them. I think this is it's not been like last tournament in the Euros, where last tournament we were just blowing teams away and we were really, really good. I think this tournament we really stuck it out. We had some really hard games. But it shows why they won it. It shows why they're champions, why they were able to get over the line. And I think, obviously, as an Arsenal fan, I watched that final yesterday. I was like, okay, Mariona scored for Spain. She's an Arsenal player. I was like, yes, this is good. Then Alessia scored, Chloe Kelly assist. I was like, yeah, this is good. Like, it's almost like a win-win. But obviously, I wanted England to win, and they did. They won there on penalties. Chloe Kelly with the winning pen. I'm super happy, and what they're doing is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I mean, I did watch all of their games. I covered the games for DL Sports. I hosted the watch-alongs. And got to say that England, whilst not always performing at their best, the one thing they did show throughout was character. I remember when they lost that first game against France, a lot of people thought, they're not as good as they were previously and they could struggle. But one thing I would say, after the France game, they picked up their level of performance. And when it got down to the nitty-gritty, they always found a way to win. And
exactly. They're a very resilient team. And then, we have to bigger up Michelle Adjumang.
Yeah, man.
Of Arsenal as well. Brilliant. Like, what she's done. I remember before the tournament, there was a lot of people saying, why is she going? She's only like 17 or... No, she's only 18.
I think she's 19.
Yeah, she's 19
Just turned
now.
19.
They're like, she's only young. Why is she going? There's other players that should be going. Now we see why. Like, brought us through against Sweden, brought us through basically against Italy. Like, what she's done, she's got young player of the tournament. I'm so happy for her and her family. Like,
amazing.
She's one for the future, honestly.
Yeah, and I know I saw the Ghanaians trying to claim it. Quite rightly, but I had Belgium ringing me up. I was thinking, since when you start watching women's football? But you know what, it was good because it was kind of a big rallying cry, man. I mean, yesterday, after the game, I was driving home, and the amount of people on the street.
Saw so many
celebrating.
Yesterday.
It's bigger than their last win, I would say.
Yeah, of course. And look, Leah Williamson, she's the first England captain to win something off soil as well now.
Wow. Yeah.
So she's won back-to-back Euros. She's also now done it in another country. Like, we're talking about a group of players that are cementing themselves as legends for the country and doing massive things for football. So it's really good.
Yeah, big up, man. Well done to the women's team, showing the men how it should be done. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the men get their turn next year.
The under-21s, they did back-to-back Euros.
Yeah, that's true.
The women's have done back-to-back Euros. The men's have got to step up. The men's got to step up, man.
Next year, they've got to step up.
Yeah, they've got to step it up.
Yeah, well done to them. Moving on then, the big news over the weekend, or certainly as Arsenal fans are concerned, is the signing of Victor Jockarez, a.k.a. Glock 9, as a lot of people are calling it. Yeah, man. I mean, it's a long time coming. I mean, it was. It took a long time to get there, but let's hope that it's worth the wait. I think it will be. I mean, I did a video on my channel, Kenya. Check it out if you can. Yeah. And I've said that to me, and I'm being real now. I like to keep it real. To me, that signing of Jockarez is the most important signing Arsenal will have made in years, as far as I'm concerned.
I think it's probably. Yeah.
When you consider where we are now and what we're looking to achieve, and what the team's been missing,
I think so important. But he's probably is more important than Declan Rice because we've known for a really long time we struggle with goals and a number 9. We've known since Abba's gone that we needed one. We've stalled for so long. So I'm happy that he's here. I'm excited to see him. And
if you look at the 2 pre-season games so far against Milan and against
crying out
Milan and
Newcastle,
the name not coming out my mouth. Milan and Newcastle, 2 pre-season games. I watched them as we both did, and you notice straight away that up top we need something to happen, man. We need to make that shake.
Exactly.
Listen, Havertz, he did his best. I noticed he's bulked up.
Yeah, he played well against Newcastle.
Yeah, he did his best, but he's still not that guy that we're looking for.
He's not prolific. He's not the prolific striker.
He had a couple of chances. He's never really looked close to scoring. We need somebody to come in, man, hit the ground running, score the goals, and hopefully bring us some major honours this season. So, yeah, man, really pleased. I'm guessing you are as well?
Yeah, man, I'm just waiting for the next game, which I think is Spurs, isn't it? I just want to see Victor Jockarez. And like you said, when we played AC Milan and Newcastle, there's so many times I was like, imagine if we just had a leaf. Like,
you couldn't help but think that.
Yeah, I'm like, we would have blown these teams away long time. Like, the game would have been long done. So, yeah, I'm really excited for him. And then there's the way that he talks as well. Like, I watched some of the, like, his welcome video and stuff, and just the things he said. I'm like, he's just obsessed with scoring. He's just obsessed with winning. Like,
I hope he plays against Tottenham.
Yeah, so do I.
Let's hope so. But talking of pre-season tours, Arsenal's pre-season tour of Singapore and Hong Kong, the player that's emerging as the player of the tour so far, the ones that's got everyone's talking, is young Max Dman. He's just 15 years old, and listen, I'm calling it Max Mania. Everyone's talking about this kid. He's been outstanding. Saw the game against Newcastle. I thought he was man of the match. I mean, he came on quite late into the game, but had an immediate impact. I mean, he got fouled by Joe Linton straight away, and we all said, look, here we go.
Yeah, welcome to the
because we know Newcastle, they love all that stuff. And he got introduced by Joe Linton. But you know what? That was a good thing. He rode it well. And then look at the contribution.
Yeah, exactly. Wins the penalty.
Yeah, comes on, wins the penalty that wins Arsenal the game. But even before then, some of his run-ins, his dribbling, his direct running. Yeah. He's looked so composed on the ball. Kenya, I mean, you've been watching Max Dman for a while.
This kid is good, man.
Tell the people, man, about Max Dman, because I know you've been watching him for a while.
Yeah, I've seen him in a couple of I think it's under 21s games and just academy games in general. He's so good, and I'm just like, wow, you can't believe that this is a 15-year-old kid.
Amazing.
He's already playing up his age group, and then obviously now that he's come on pre-season tour, you think about last pre-season. Before that was Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan. Aiden, Heaven, etc.
Saka before him.
They were the ones. Marley. We took them all on. We kind of gave them. We gave them a chance. Marley Salmon as well. I think he's 15 as well. Yeah. And like when you hear it as well, like Max Dman, they said that his mentors, Declan Rice, Marley Salmon's mentor, Saliba, like you can tell these kids are gonna grow up to be something good if these are your mentors. And honestly, what I'm seeing from this kid already. I see people on AFTV, they're like saying, he should be starting or he should be playing more. And it's like, that's the dilemma that he's given us because of how good he looks. Genuinely, I'm so excited for his future. Yeah,
man. I mean, you mentioned Declan Rice there. Declan Rice has come out. And listen, Declan Rice is not one for throwing things out there for the sake of it, but he's called him the best 15-year-old in the country. Yeah.
So
if Declan's saying that, then you know that
I think the guy that scouted him even said that his talent level was on the same level as Yamin Yamal. So when I first read that, because he actually said that. So this is before, I didn't know that. This is before I'd even like really watched Max Dman. So I was like, those are big words, because Yamin Yamal.
That is big.
He's a top player. But then when you watch this kid, you're like, look how
when you say something like that,
that's
as
big
an
words.
Arsenal coach,
that's big words.
That can come back to haunt you. So you got to.
That's big words. He was saying this is one of the young talents. And I was like,
and not only that, he's putting pressure on the young man as well, inadvertently. Yeah. So that is big.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And when people I think Mikel Arteta described him as unbelievable. Yeah. And again, Mikel Arteta is not a man given to lofty praise for the sake of it.
Exactly. No, I agree.
You know what I mean? So he's quite,
Yeah, and I feel like you watch those 30 minutes. And you think about it, Newcastle's no idiot team.
No.
Do you know what I mean? He was playing against, look at that midfield three that he was up against.
Tonali,
he was running
Joe Linton.
Yeah, he was running right for 30 minutes.
He was.
I saw as well he was the most fouled player in the game.
Yeah, he
only played 30 minutes. He got fouled like 5 times. So he's got a big ceiling. I like what I'm seeing so far. And
there's so much to like about him, man. I mean, like I said, 15. His talent is unbelievable. But it wasn't just the talent that I noticed. It's the mentality.
Yeah, mentality.
The composure on the ball. Yeah. The game intelligence.
The humility, just how humble he is.
Yeah.
You saw Martin Odegaard pushing him towards the fans and stuff like that. Like, this kid, you see why now? Remember when we were getting Madueke, Chelsea were asking for Max Dman in that package? Now for people who don't watch, have now seen Max Dman, you see why they wanted him. because he's so good. It's weird because it's like we've only just got Ethan and now we got some other kid coming through.
Yeah, shout out to the academy, man. I mean, what they're doing there is amazing. I mean, even before then, like I said, with Saka and people like that, Mars Lewis Skelly,
Reece Nelson,
Reece Nelson,
Eddie,
the list goes on.
Exactly.
They're doing a really good job there, so they should be commended.
Yeah, exactly.
And listen, I'm a massive fan, as you know, of Ethan Wanyeri and Mars Lewis Skelly.
Who's also looked very good. Both of them.
Exactly.
Both of them have looked very good as well on this pre-season tour.
The future's bright, man.
Yeah,
and when you consider that phase we're entering into, I mean, we spoke about Victor Jockarez and the importance of him.
Yeah.
So we're entering into that phase now where hopefully we're going to be winning trophies. And guys like Wanyeri and Mars Lewis Skelly and Max Dman and the other guys, they'll have a role to play in it.
Exactly. I think, look, it's also good because now we're looking at certain positions like there's a future there. So you look at Odegaard's position and there's Ethan there, but now there's also a Max Dman there who in maybe a couple of years' time we're saying, yo, maybe this kid's got to start. Like, I've seen people already saying that maybe you should start.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I think
it's too early, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because we had quite a heated, good-natured discussion, quite animated between myself and Qualms and Ty. There's one or two others on the AFTV watch-along. So Qualms was like very fervent. He's like, no, this guy needs to start against Tottenham. And I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Not because, and I say that, not because I don't think the kid has the ability or the mentality.
Yeah.
He does have those in abundance. My thing is, I'm trying to protect the player.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? He's getting a lot of rave reviews, which is quite understandable, and he deserves it. However, what you don't want to do as fans is put too much pressure on the kid. You know, we do have to remember that he's only 15 years old, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's in year 10.
Exactly.
Like, let's put it into perspective. He's still a young teenager.
Yeah.
He's not even finished school yet. He's not even in like year 11. He's not even sat GCSEs. Yeah. So I do agree with you. Look, I know people.
It's incumbent upon the fan base to do our best not to put too much pressure on it.
You also want to protect a young talent, and you want him to be one of longevity. As I was saying before, I remember off air we was talking to somebody else, and I was like, think about some of the players that started their career really young. They don't really have the longevity on their side in terms of maybe in their like late 20s they're getting all these injuries and stuff. You just want to protect this kid. You don't want to just throw him out for the wolves. And I think that's why it's good that someone like Odegaard, Declan Rice, Saliba, etc. kind of, you know, keeping these kids grounded and taking care of them, because then they know, you know what, I can actually play with you very soon, but I still got to stay on my grind, stay level-headed, keep my head down. And look, I think the fact that he's gone on pre-season tour at the age of 15 shows that the club and the manager already like him a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, I was saying, you know, he's got that rare combination of skill, ability, football intelligence and maturity at 15.
Yeah.
But what you don't want to do is put too much pressure on the kid.
Exactly. And
because you know what fans are like, man. You know, inevitably his levels will fluctuate.
Yeah.
Because that's just inevitable. Every player,
every
especially
player has
young
their
players.
Moments.
And what I'm worried about is that when he doesn't hit those heights every game, then you're going to get people who are going to come in with the negativity, and you don't know how that's going to impact upon the player. Now, I'm not saying he won't be able to cope with that, because from what I'm told and what I've seen and what I've read, apparently this kid is very locked in mentally. However, you just don't want to put too much pressure. So when people are saying, oh, he's got to start, let's just dial it down a little bit. Let the kid grow organically.
He needs time to grow, and I feel like what would be nice maybe we see more of him this pre-season, but also maybe in cup games and things like that, if necessary, and it's right at that moment, then maybe he can come off the bench and play. Do you know what I mean? You want to protect your young talents as much as possible. There's a duty of care as adults for us to protect younger players and younger people in general.
But when I say that now, some people, so what you saying? He's not good. I said, listen.
Yeah.
Because it's really interesting, right? Because I was the one that was saying, he's my man of the match.
Yeah. Well.
Right? And so they said, but how can you say he's man of the match? But I said, but look, you have to protect the guy. See, he came on, he was able to impact the game. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And that's because he felt comfortable and confident to do so because of the environment around him.
There you go.
So that's why it is important. You can't just chuck a kid in the deep end. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's not the right thing to do. I don't care how good he is.
Yeah. I feel like even when people bring up Yamal, he did start very young, but then you think about all the characters that are around him. He could still be protected, and he's now 18. He could still be protected by the Lewandowskis, the Rafinhas, the Frankie de Jongs. Do you know what I mean?
So and he was in an environment where he was allowed to
where
grow.
he was allowed to grow and excel, and that's why you see now he's such a loved and coveted player.
Exactly. I mean, don't forget, Arsenal is still a bit of a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Going into this season. You know what I mean? Especially with the signings we've made. There's a lot of pressure on the team.
Exactly.
So do you want Max Dman to be one of those that we're hanging our hat on? No. You know what I mean? If he can play a part, then that's great. But he's one for the future. He's not one for now.
Yeah.
The pressure is on guys like Odegaard. And I'm sure Odegaard and Jockarez and all the other guys, they will embrace that. That's what they appear to do. That's why they're there. You know, they are senior players for a reason. This guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
He's a 15-year-old kid, man. Come on.
Yeah,
you know
he's only a kid.
So, yeah, I'm glad you agree with that because we had quite a animated and heated discussion.
I know Kwan's already. Big him up.
Yeah, he was being a bit knee-jerk, if you ask me. I know he won't agree with that.
Yeah.
And listen, I get it. Qualms is right. The talent he's a generational talent. But like I said, you don't want to be putting too much pressure on a young player.
Give him time.
Let him grow.
Exactly. He's only just got it.
Let him feel his way into the team. Let him get accustomed to his surroundings.
Yeah. Plus, he also has to earn it as well.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? You don't just. I'm not saying that he's not earned it so far, but he's still got more to do to say you're starting over an Odegaard, or you're starting over potentially a Rice or something like that in midfield, or you're starting over Saka. Like he still needs to make his way up there.
He needs to be integrated properly.
If you're asking me does he have the potential to do that one day, to start over any of those players, I do think he does. He's shown us already that he looks really good.
And he's he's got good build and size on him for 15. I mean, he's 6 foot. He looks strong for his age and stuff like that. But
he's very agile.
You know what I mean?
Very technical.
It's frightening how good he can become if he's given the right environment and circumstances and structure in which to flourish. Yeah. So man, I'm very excited about this kid. But like I said, let's just
let's be
calm it down and allow him the chance to grow into the team organically instead of throw him in there. Yeah, he's good enough. If you're young enough, you're good enough. Yeah. Yes. And then with the comparisons to Yamal, I don't think it's not a like-for-like comparison. Yeah. The Spanish League and the Premier League's two different things.
I think as well, Barcelona's financial situation was what forced him to play. Yep. Whereas, obviously, we don't have any of those issues. So we kind of have the luxury of saying, right, we don't need to force this kid to start early. We can just ease him in with time, which is the right thing to do, in my opinion.
100%. I mean, that being said, though, I would like to see him against Tottenham.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah, I think
I'd love to see him against Spurs.
And I'm sure he'll want to play against Tottenham. I'm sure he will play against Tottenham.
Apparently his family are actual Arsenal fans. He
I heard that fan and stuff like that. I think he's from Chelmsford, isn't he?
Yeah, so I think he'd obviously be very happy to play against Spurs, which would be great.
I mean, as a young kid, he'll be, straining at the
exactly.
leash. But again, that's the club's responsibility to rein him back.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Say to him, look, whoa, you know what I mean? We know you can do it. We know you want to do it, but, we'll give you 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So
protect your players, man.
Yeah, man. So that's Max Dman.
Yeah.
I think we covered that in detail. How optimistic are you with the signings you've seen so far? I mean, we've got Kepa's come in.
Norgard,
Zubamendi. Jockarez, Mosquera, and now,
I'm happy. Obviously, we haven't seen Madueke or Mosquera. By the way, I've been really impressed with Zubamendi and Norgard.
Yeah, man.
They've just settled in so well. I was a bit worried about how Zubamendi might start, just because obviously he's coming to a different league. I was like, we might actually start the season with Norgard playing. But the way he's playing on Preseason so far, he doesn't look. No, he doesn't look out of place. He looks so calm and so settled. Like, I'm so happy.
That was good to see. I think in both games he's played well.
He stepped into a really important role, and you see why the club got him, basically. So I thought our midfield has been good. Kepa's surprised me. Yeah. I knew Kepa was decent, but I feel like he's actually better than I thought he was.
Me too.
I think we kind of had our Chelsea hats on, when he was at Chelsea, but he's actually much better than we give him credit for. And then who else did you mention?
I thought Saka's looked good on
Saka's
the 2 games so far.
Saka's looked good.
He's showing a nice energy about him.
I actually have looked at the team and I'm like, everyone looks quite healthy. I know Saliba and Calafiori went off yesterday, but apparently they're both fine.
Saliba in that first game against Milan, he was brilliant.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah,
especially when you see. Do you see the Liverpool game?
I did,
you see, but Rafael did the same thing to Virgil, and look what happened. He just blasted it. So. Yeah, I think overall the whole team looks very healthy. They look very bulked up, all of them. Even like
man,
Ethan
you can see they're ready.
I'm like, yo.
Ethan looked good as well. I mean, listen, man.
Everyone's...
Yeah. I'm encouraged, you know. I'm encouraged.
I'm quite encouraged. Get me a left winger, though, and then I can feel more encouraged.
Apparently there's talks going on with Eze as well.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I'm liking that, man.
We need that, definitely, because one thing I would say in watching these games is that our left wing, it's so evident that that's such an issue.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know what, if we had a better left winger and we hadn't had the striker, we'd still be saying, of course, we need a striker, but I think we'd look a better outfit. Because
I would say that, that's one of the other things to take from it. Up top, we need strengthening. We've talked about that. The left hand, I think what I'm noticing is the attack is unbalanced.
Yeah, it is.
So on the
Everything
right-hand
is
side,
Saka.
we look deadly.
Yeah.
Everything coming down Saka's side is like, yes.
Yeah.
The left hand, maybe because Saka is so good.
Yeah.
But the left hand side is a little unbalanced.
Exactly.
So we need that. I mean, obviously, we've not seen Madueke yet.
That's
and I'm
true.
sure he will give us plenty to think about there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree with you. That left hand side at the moment is looking a little unbalanced. But listen, overall, I'm optimistic.
Yeah, same.
And the young guy, Max Dman, wow, what a talent. But like I said, as fans, let's just dial it down a little bit and do our best to allow this kid to grow into the kind of player that we hope and believe he will be. But anyway, Kenya, thank you so much.
Yes.
Really appreciate it. Thank you guys as well for watching and supporting LL Sports TV. If you're new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next one next week. Take care. We're out. Bye.